Welcome to our service design report on museum fatigue in NGV. I'm Chen Yueli and I will report with Hui Wenhong. Today we will share key insights from our research for assignment 1. This is the table of contents. Today's presentation will cover why we choose NGV, site overview, what is museum fatigue, service design analysis, user journey map, precedents, insights, and research critique. NGV is not only Australia's oldest art museum, but also one of the most visited globally. With a collection of over 76,000 works and millions of visitors each year, it stands at the center of Victoria's cultural life, especially in Greater Melbourne, where most of the state's cultural market is concentrated. In Victoria, over 32% of young audience show higher spending on arts and culture. Here's the floor plan of NGV. It has 4 floors, each with 2 main exhibition halls. First, let's look at the physical environment. Each room is clearly labeled with what's inside. Visitors can walk freely. Although the elevator is quite small and a bit hidden, light is comfortable. Digital screen provides clear information of exhibitions. Next is the digital environment. The whole digital process is smooth. Website is easy to use, but no real-time information, but digital displays give details of content. Next is the social dynamics. After the entry, there's code and bag storage, and the info desk is on the left. Staff are usually visible on weekdays. Few gathering spots, but the entries of the oil painting area has many chairs. Most info come from the labels. Visitors can either absorb in the arts or busy taking pictures. So here's other finding we went to the NGV. We noticed that many visitors rest in the main hall, as seating is limited, mainly in the European oil painting gallery. Escalators are not fully accessible for disabled visitors. Labels are small, while digital screen provides clear exhibitions overview. Immersive design, including frames and display, align well with the artwork's historical periods. So next we come to what is museum fatigue. The museum fatigue is physical or mental tiredness visitors feel in museum, first identified in 1916. Study shows most visitors see only 20 to 40% of exhibits, with only just 4% viewing more than half. The benchmark for digital visitors is 25%, highlighting the importance of designing exhibitions with visitors' experience in mind. Spending more than 3 minutes in rest area can significantly allow us the fatigue and restore attention. We have identified 5 main causes of the museum fatigue: physical factors, information overload, layout design, environmental factors, and physiological factors. These including long walks and standing, limited seating, crowded or noisy space, dense content, and heavy visual stimulation.
This part is about the good service design skill. When we did our second field research at NGV, we used its 15 dimensions to observe on-site visitor experience, focusing especially on museum fatigue. In the end, we picked 3 aspects with scores of 2 or below to explain in more detail. First, visitors weren't sure if the exhibition content matched the depth they wanted, so they just glanced at it and moved on. Second, the storytelling was passive. The exhibition should motivate people to dig deeper. Third, the information feel distance from the audience. It should create more of a mental and emotional connection. From our earlier analysis of museum fatigue, we noticed that NGV does a pretty good job with rest areas. For example, offering portable chairs and sofas with digital screens to view works, but at the same time, we observe three main groups showing fatigue. Students and younger audiences feel mentally tired because the path is monotonous, the number of words is overwhelming, and the content is too academic. Parents often get distracted since their kids can stay focused and they have to look for rest areas. And elderly visitors with limited stamina find it hard to stand in front of outwards for long, since the main cause of the young people's fatigue is the shortcomings of information experience design, and they are also the core audience. We decided to focus on them in our later work. The stakeholder map for the National Gallery of Victoria is arranged by how directly each group is involved in delivering the exhibition experience to visitors. The internal is the core team who plan and deliver exhibitions. The external is key collaborators and supporters. Public is the wider audience including general visitors, experienced visitors, and school groups. To better understand the fatigue young people experience in museums, we use a user journey map. We broke the visitor into three stages: before, during, and after, and look at their behaviors, feelings, and thoughts in each. For example, during the visit, we observed several critical moments when continuously viewing multiple exhibition areas. Many visitors show signs of cognitive overload, thinking too much information, and losing interest. While looking for a rest area, their infrastructure was clear. This place is huge, I just need somewhere to sit. And when they quickly browse and skip through exhibits, it showed its engagement. They'll sing the same, so I will skip them. But when they came across an interesting exhibit, their energy shifted instantly. Oh, this piece looks interesting, let's stop and check it out. What young visitors truly need isn't just superficial entertainment, it's meaningful content guidance and moment surprise that spark curiosity. That's why we are focusing our design interventions on these four key touch points, aiming to transform the experience into one filled with discovery, deeper understanding, and genuine excitement. The first precedent is Dreams of Floating World at Shanghai Himalayas Museum. They use projections and AV interactions to bring Ukiyo to life, with the visuals echoing the artworks. This case helps us bring in responsive artistic elements to our project. The second one is a photography exhibition at RMIT Gallery, with a playful Find the Cat activity that guides visitors to explore more deeply and sets audience goals to boost engagement through a gamified viewing experience. The case on the left lets visitors choose hours and interpret them themselves, which helps our project design interact with the content and visuals of key pieces. In the case on the right, visitors playfully transfer the fingers in the paintings into matching emojis, turning passive viewing into a fun interactive experience.
At this stage, we set out to address the issue of museum fatigue in young visitors. Then we use affinity diagram to organize the large amount of real research data, grouping it into 6 categories: information overload, physical fatigue, interactive engagement, gain field viewing, and visitor flow design. In the end, we came up with 3 key insights: gain field viewing, thoughtfully designed rest areas, and giving visitors more breaks between viewing sections. For our research methods critique, qualitatively, we've visited museums and tracked behaviors and handled large amounts of data efficiently. But museum fatigue was not to spots, it's subtle and personal. Qualitatively, we look to the literature and find fatigue linked to layout info and tours. The challenge was that the data could be swallowed subjective and didn't fully capture how people officially felt. This is our reference, and here's the end of our presentation. Thank you.